Okay, so imagine this. A single diplomatic decision could shift the balance of power in the Middle East. That's essentially what's happening with the US-Iran memorandum.
And it's not just about diplomacy, it's about trust, influence, and the ripple effects on global alliances. Let's get into it.
Welcome to DeActa Daily Digest. I'm Joseph.
And I'm Juniper. Here are today's top stories.
First up, we're diving into the sharp critique from Danny Ayalon, a former Israeli diplomat, about the US-Iran relationship and its impact on Israel. He didn't mince words, calling the current arrangement a massive surrender by the United States to Tehran.
That's a strong opening, and it sets the tone for what he sees as a precarious moment for Israel's standing in Washington. Ayalon pointed out that while presidential ties have remained bipartisan, Israel's influence in Congress has eroded significantly.
He tied this erosion to broader shifts in American public opinion and demographics. Ayalon specifically mentioned the growing visibility and influence of Muslim, Hispanic, and Black communities, which he believes complicates Israel's ability to maintain the same level of support it once had.
And that's not just a diplomatic challenge, it's a cultural one. Ayalon argued that rebuilding trust and influence with American institutions and the public will require a concentrated, multi-front effort. But he also acknowledged that this won't be easy, especially given what he described as Israel's global standing being at a low ebb.
What's fascinating is how he connected this to Netanyahu's leadership. Ayalon accused Netanyahu of conflating his legal troubles with national interests, which he said made him vulnerable to exploitation by Trump. That's a bold claim, but it speaks to the personal dynamics at play in international relations.
And those dynamics are critical. Ayalon argued that Trump's displays of affection toward Netanyahu were more transactional than personal, and that this transactional nature has left Israel in a weaker position overall.
He didn't stop there. Ayalon was also highly critical of the U.S. approach to Iran, particularly the release of funds and what he described as a lack of forceful responses to Iranian provocations. He believes this has allowed Tehran to decouple tensions in the Strait of Hormuz from nuclear talks, giving them breathing room.
That's a nuanced critique, and it highlights the complexity of the situation. Ayalon essentially argued that American policy has ceded the initiative to Iran, leaving Israel to deal with the fallout. And for a country facing existential threats, that's a tough position to be in.
Absolutely. Ayalon's comments underscore just how interconnected diplomacy, public opinion, and national security are. Shall we move on to something a bit lighter?
Yes, let's talk about the 2026 FIFA World Cup. We're down to the last 16 teams, and the tournament has been full of surprises so far.
It really has. After a dramatic group stage and an intense round of 32, we've seen some incredible moments. Who would have thought Paraguay would eliminate Germany on penalties?
That was shocking, and Cape Verde pushing defending champions Argentina to extra time? That's the kind of underdog story that makes the World Cup so special.
Absolutely. And then there's Lionel Messi, who's leading the scoring charts with 7 goals. At 39 years old, he's still delivering magic on the field.
It's incredible to watch. And Kylian Mbappe isn't far behind with 6 goals. The competition for the Golden Boot is heating up, and it's anyone's guess who will come out on top.
Let's talk about the power rankings. France is still the favorite, and for good reason. They've been dominant in every match so far, with Mbappe leading the charge and their defense holding steady.
Spain is another team to watch. They haven't conceded a single goal yet, and their attacking rhythm seems to be improving with every game.
True, but Argentina is right behind them. Messi has been carrying the team, but they'll need more than just his brilliance to progress comfortably.
And then there's Brazil. Despite some pre-tournament doubts, they've been solid. Their varied attack and experienced defense make them a formidable opponent.
England, on the other hand, has been a bit inconsistent. They've had strong performances from Harry Kane, but their overall fluency has been lacking.
That's true, and playing in Mexico City will be a challenge for them, with the altitude and the passionate home crowd.
Speaking of Mexico, they've been impressive. They haven't conceded a single goal yet, and the Aztecas' atmosphere gives them a significant advantage.
The U.S. has also been solid under Mauricio Pochettino, but they'll miss Folarin Balogun in their next match against Belgium. It's going to be a tough game for them.
It is. And Belgium has the experience to exploit any weaknesses. This round of 16 is shaping up to be incredibly exciting.
No doubt. Shall we move on to the final story?
Yes, the US-Iran memorandum and its impact on Israel. This one ties back to our first discussion, but adds a different perspective.
It does. Public sentiment in Israel has shifted from gratitude to anger and disillusionment. Many Israelis feel betrayed by the agreement, which they see as leaving Iran relatively unscathed.
And that perception is reflected in the domestic political fallout. Netanyahu is under immense pressure to respond, especially in an election year.
The agreement's failure to guarantee a halt to Iran's nuclear ambitions is a major concern. It complicates Israel's ability to defend its northern border and leaves many feeling vulnerable.
The ceasefire in northern towns like Metula has brought a tense calm. Residents are grateful for the pause, but anxious about what comes next.
It's a fragile situation. The memorandum has reshaped perceptions of America's role in the conflict and tested the U.S.-Israel relationship.
It's a lot to process. The stories today highlight how interconnected global events are, whether it's diplomacy, sports, or public sentiment.
Absolutely. Any final thoughts?
Just that these stories remind us of the complexities of the world we live in, whether it's rebuilding trust, competing on the global stage, or navigating fragile ceasefires, there's always more beneath the surface.
Well said. That's all for today. Until next time.
Take care.